Got me feeling like the clips, bitch, I been grinding. It's rest in peace to Nip, I'ma keep shining. Rest in peace to Cookie, we gon' keep grinding. Keep grinding. We gon' keep grinding. Keep grinding. It's the return of some real shit. Music you can hear with, make the people feel this. Return of the real shit. Music you can feel, bitch. Hip hop, hip hop,
What's going on with y'all? B.A.E podcast. Got the amazing Spider Cam here, aka Mr. AKA. I'm here another Sunday. Got my co-host with me. What's up with y'all? What's going on, Denzel?
What's up, bro? Good to be here. Good to see you. How you doing this week?
It's another day, another Sunday. We here.
Oh, how it is. Pardon the headphones. You know what I mean? Little 8-year-old just gave me them, so I'll be messed up if I ain't wear them for the podcast. You feel me?
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So we got Logan in the building. Where you at?
What the fuck is up, online peoples? I'm so glad to see you today. Man, I was just sitting back and thinking about how, like, I need to throw a light pole at an RPG right now. Someone needs to shoot an RPG at me, and Overzealous, aka Nobel, just needs to come in for the dub. Like, that's all I need right now.
Yeah, we need more of that.
More of that music, masterminds action.
Mm-hmm.
You got Shay, Lynn in the building. You had to say the two syllables. There's not one, it's not the other, it's both in combination.
Don't forget the Lynn.
Absolutely.
So yes, what's good, my nerds? It is your girl Sugar or Shaylin, whatever you choose, as long as it's not Shay.
Or Lynn.
Or Lynn, yeah. Gotta be clear these days.
Yeah, Lynn sounds like Karen's sister. You know what I'm saying?
My first middle name is Karen.
Whoa. Okay.
That.
Yeah. Mind powers, bro. I'm in there. I'm on that wave.
All right, so man, we can get into it. Talk about that Loki episode 3. It was so. I don't know. I'm not gonna. What y'all think about it? It was a little nappy for me. It's like.
Wait, pause. Are you saying, is that a good or a bad thing? Is nappy a bad thing here?
Nappy means sleepy. Sleepy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Nah, not nappy. Like nappy.
You're rubbing your eyes a little bit, just like, hey, there's still 20 minutes left. All right, come on, let's do this.
I personally liked it, not as much as like for the show progressing, but just kind of getting to know both of the Lokis together and seeing how they interact with each other, and but if they return it to mostly action next time, I'm cool with that too.
It's Sylvie. Don't forget, it's Sylvie. She don't want to be a Loki.
Yeah, she's not Loki.
She's still Loki.
Damn.
That's her alias. I got two middle names.
Oh shit.
Shaylin, Karen, Alicia, Gay.
And the lore is deepening.
the lore of Shaylin is deepening.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that? Look at this lady. I don't know. Just like the more like I don't know this lady. I don't know about Sylvie. What's going on? How'd y'all feel about it? That was just a stupid scene. I don't know. Come on. Let's do it.
I think the idea of them giving the episode to put the two Lokis that we just met together, I think is a good idea on paper. I just felt like it was I don't know, I guess a little drawn out. I would have liked a little bit more action, but they had a nice back and forth. I feel like that was mostly what it was about, them two linking up, seeing what you get when two Lokis link up.
Well, everything, I hate how everything was just like, oh, we got a serious tone, and it's just like, haha, you're not going to take this fucking remote from me because you're a fucking Loki, and I know you, so we're not going to do that.
I'm going to tell you, it wasn't ass. It was just a little.
That was like 8 S's right there.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
it was ass, but it wasn't ass.
That's
It
a
was
lot
ass.
right
Yeah.
there.
I mean, okay, so like I like this episode, but I feel like the more content Marvel produces, the more like I feel like it's not that good. I've always felt like that for a long time. Like their products are very profitable, but like when you're looking at like how good they are, usually they're middling. Like this product, this Loki show, this last episode feels a lot like an ABC show. Like I feel
Definitely Agents of Shield vibes.
yeah,
Going on.
like I feel like I'm watching like the Gilmore Girls or something. You know, like I
Yeah.
feel or like Degrassi. You know, it just feels so like contrived. A lot of the writing is so like bad. Like it's very like filled with fluff to me. Like I find that like probably that episode could probably be shortened to like 5 minutes, and you'd get the same amount of information.
Like one of the things I didn't get was okay. Let's start from the beginning. When the whole show's at, oh, the sacred time stream is breaking down, and we got to all hands on deck. And it wasn't niggas all hands on deck. So we got to the fucking portal. It's still niggas just holding their dicks and just like, oh, we're just gonna stand here. And it's just like then it gets sent to the fucking digital world and just like, all right, there's more niggas just standing there. What the fuck are you standing there for? And then it's just like more niggas just coming through. It's just like, all right, was it ain't the sacred time screen getting fucked right now? Isn't all hands on deck to do what? Why is it It's just like we just gonna stand here to get our ass whipped by Sylvie, but
Yeah.
she can't beat Loki with 2 fake daggers. It's just like
Yeah,
what's going on?
especially because like it's like weird when you think about like we already know the strategy, right? We know that you're going to these destructed worlds that are dying, so it's like the path to find you should actually be pretty easy. Like really, like with their technology that they've shown, they could definitely look at all the places that have these
Apocalypses.
yeah, you know, like, and then they could definitely look at this list and there's a fuck ton of people. Like they could put all hands on decks and find that pretty quick. But like I have a really big issue with like I'm glad they showed more magic this time, but I have a really big problem with this like these moments where everybody forgets their magic. Like I don't like that because to me it's like it's like if there was a fist fight in Harry Potter, it's like what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like why are you fist fighting? It's like all you know in your whole life is that you're an amazing sorcerer. So why like in the clutchest of times are you just like they're out here like fighting regular goons in the city, and I'm like, why are guards even targeting them to fight them in this empty ass room? It doesn't even make sense why this guard came in here.
And then Loki was plots and schemes throughout the years. Just like, oh my god, you know how to enchant people? How did you do that? You learned it yourself? Oh my god, I'm so impressed that you did that by yourself. It's just like what? Like why? Who gives a fuck?
I mean, it's a really good power to have.
His magic is so much better than hers. It's just like she can only do that. Like
Plus with the whole she taught it to herself thing, you know, he said his magic with his mom. So I feel like it was just kind of a way for him to connect with her a little bit.
Oh, she did the fireworks on the lake, and then I did this. But then it's a serious scene. Where's your ID? Oh, fireworks in my hand.
Oh, but didn't I say it was weird that the timekeepers just made all the humans or whatever? And they were like, nah, she definitely had a life on Earth before this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was weird. Also saying it was more than like 100 years ago that she was just sipping margaritas and stuff like that. So where did they just grabbed her from somewhere in the near distant future?
Right. And they still might have been made for that specific purpose too. Like, which is like even weirder.
I think it's all like I think it's all like propaganda that they just tell the people like we're trying to keep this timeline sacred and all of that. Like they even have like commercials for it. Like commercials are used to like influence people. So the commercials being watched by the TVA is to keep them programmed to do what whoever programmed them to do. Like I feel like if they were already born with like the purpose into them, they wouldn't need like all of that around them, all the posters saying zero tolerance and all of that. Like they wouldn't need all of that if it worked like a well-oiled machine. But yeah, I don't think I think they did grab these people from off the timeline. I think they are variants. And
It's kind of like
yeah,
brainwashing.
yeah, grab them from the different timelines and brainwash them. Oh, you work for TVA now, and just like their magic is like, I guess, like real strong because Sylvie said, if your mind is strong, then we sharing the same consciousness. So it's just like when she was trying to get the secrets out of her, just like where are the timekeepers, like how many people guard the timekeepers, things of that nature.
Yeah, like for me, I feel like there's this like yeah, you got variants, right? But is this person like a unnecessary variant that gets pruned or could be pruned and nothing would matter, or are they a very necessary variant? I'm like, how in depth is this story that the timekeepers have woven? Like the sacred timeline is a timeline, right? So it's like, what is at the end of that timeline is like, I'm very curious about like how much of this is planned and how much of this isn't.
I'm also kind of like waiting to see if there's going to be some type of like a wizard behind the curtain thing, like
It's Mephisto. Ooh,
it's probably Mephisto if you think about it.
if you really like put your finger to it, it's just
Yeah.
like it gotta be.
Yeah, like if you look at the signs. Have you guys watched the show?
do y'all pay attention?
Yeah.
Did y'all watch fucking the first Avengers movie? Obviously.
Yeah. Did you watch? It's clearly. Fucking. What's the fuck was that show called? The Vision one.
WandaVision.
I'm gonna call it Scarlet Vision.
What the fuck was the Vision?
Bro, literally, what was that, bro?
All right, yo, don't start coming from my show. That's probably my favorite John so far, bro. Like
I've heard
all
that.
these Marvel projects so far, I was looking forward to Loki the most, but WandaVision is turning out to be like my favorite. Maybe because it's magic and it's all it's like, what is it called? Like existential crises and like
Yeah.
like everything's crazy. Everything's turned on side of his head. You got to figure things out. It's kind of psychedelic.
Yeah.
That's
Stuff
that's my.
Did y'all like the fact that it's just like, oh, we gotta get on this train to get to this arc. Oh, we gotta fight all these fucking guards to get to this arc that's gonna run into this fucking moon anyway. So it didn't matter at all.
No,
None of it mattered.
They had to power up their pad. That's why.
I get on that, but soon as the arc took off, it hit the damn moon, and it's just like a wrap. It didn't even get into orbit. It's just like,
oh yeah, they didn't. Yeah, I have no idea how they're going to get out of this predicament.
Well, Mephisto obviously is going to get him out of it.
Yeah, clearly.
I was gonna say Owen Wilson.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I fucking found you. Wow, step through this portal.
Wow,
yeah.
What y'all gonna do with the girl Loki though?
She's coming through.
Sylvie. Her name is Sylvie.
The girl Loki.
All right, yeah, you're right. Her name's Sylvie.
Oh, y'all can get her name right.
Wow. Too soon.
When you're invested 3 episodes into a show, then you just like invested in those characters. I know I've been on the show for you for like 20 plus episodes, so what the fuck, right?
I like that the show only has 3 characters. Loki, like there are other characters, but really it's like Owen Wilson, Loki, and Sylvie. Loki.
And the mean Latina boss.
Yeah, the mean Latina boss. Isn't that like supposed to be King the Conqueror's like main squeeze or something?
I don't know. We'll find out in episode 8, I guess.
I don't like how passive the characters are. Like, I feel like, to me, it feels like bad writing. You got 2 master sorcerers, gods. They're like, oh, we got to get to this big ass power source. Let's just ride this train, I guess. It's like, damn, y'all can't fly. Y'all can't fly. Y'all can't teleport a little bit. Y'all don't got nothing. Y'all got nothing.
The scene of that farm lady shooting with a plasma cannon too. That was just like random as fuck. It's just like,
Oh yeah, they got bested by that shorty twice.
Also, Loki's a shapeshifter. He definitely turns into animals. He definitely could just turn into an animal. Like
Could,
Like
could,
like a hawk
could.
can fly there.
yeah.
He
But
gonna
what
fly her with his little
She's
rock?
also Loki. She
I
can
know, but she didn't get trained by the mom though.
like okay, turn into a horse. And she can ride a horse.
Yeah, but then he's still running.
Tay is going off on the CGI.
You know, it was
Yeah.
bad. Like it really looked like Once Upon a Time. It looked like low budget shit, but a lot of CGI does if you actually pay attention to it.
It looked like
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe-
telling you, it looks bad.
Maybe I just got to upgrade to the 4K or something. Like,
Yeah, I got a 4K TV, and let me tell you, that shit's still looking like 2K.
make it look
Let me
worse.
tell you something, brother.
Yeah,
Tay, did you like Loki's song?
Oh, the song when he was killing that joint a little bit. I mean, he quieted everybody down. Hold up, and then let the beat drop on him again. Yeah, that was fire. Down with that.
That was
But-
Disney being Disney.
But
how they all conveniently speak English. That's really cool. They know the
I
song.
mean, they're God, so we can just make it like they're speaking whatever language. Like we don't gotta read the whole thing in subtitles. You feel me?
Except for when it's in Asgardian, the made-up language, then we do have to read it in subtitles.
The alien language.
Language of the gods.
Other than that, I mean, it was a bad episode, but we got one tidbit out of it. It's like they're all variants in the TVA, so that was one thing to look forward to.
I have to say, I don't think it was a bad episode, but I do think it is mediocre when it's like when you've got Disney/Marvel budgets, and this is like the new wave of
And
things.
you said it was Gilmore Girls.
It is, but Gilmore Girls is also a high quality production that would be difficult to replicate. Like, so it's like, it wouldn't be fair to just be like, oh, it's this 8-season long thing that was a critical success. Oh, how bad? That's stupid. Like, it's good. It's just not what I would expect when you have a monster fucking budget. Like, it's just not. It feels very like
The House of Mouse money should have been better.
you know what I'm saying.
You watch Gilmore Girls?
I have watched some of it. Yeah.
I haven't.
What you trying to say?
Nothing. I watched it.
Y'all were y'all excited about finding out Loki is bisexual? Y'all saw everybody hype about it.
That was a fucking rant.
Bro, I'm just like, are we surprised? Like, we see that he can be a girl in another timeline. You see that can shapeshift. He's manipulative. Like, you're not.
When he got reborn as a woman, I mean, he was a baddie. So I mean, I guess so.
I feel like it's like a God thing. Like they're just open,
Yeah, I wasn't really super shocked about it. It wasn't like what. I was just
put that on Wednesday Night Fights. I need to scan.
Yeah. Like I really hate like what happens when like people run into those concepts and things with characters. It's like, oh, because like it's not like Loki was like, oh yeah, I've sucked a few dicks. No. He was just like, yeah, it's been, yeah, maybe, you too, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, and it's like people are like writing essays about why being gay is evil or whatever, and then other people are like they're like, why did it have to be here? It doesn't add anything to his character, and it's like it doesn't take away anything from
yeah, exactly. It doesn't take nothing away from the character.
Like, it's not that deep.
Loki in mythology, turn into animals and everything. Like, come on, bro.
It's just not that deep. Like, people, I saw a post about people reacting to his sexuality before I saw the scene where they mentioned it, and I literally almost missed it.
Exactly. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he? Bro.
Yep.
We all, everybody like is Pride Month and everything, but let's we don't gotta. Do we gotta like make it a moment every single time? Like, because sometimes it's just obvious. Like sometimes it's like if you follow the characters or you just take the characters how they are, some of the stuff just be kind of on the nose. I feel like.
Yeah, it's also like, does Loki dress like a straight man to you? Like, is that what?
That's
Is that the energy you get off of him when you see him in his long green cloaks cosplaying gods and shit?
I get villain energy off it.
Yeah, yeah, and every villain is bi. Facts.
Everyone.
Every single one of them. Factually.
We got to do a deep dive on that.
I mean, pull up Frieza. Anybody got a photo of Frieza anywhere on here?
Absolutely.
I want to see what type of.
Is there a gender for Frieza? I don't know. Well, yeah, they did call him. King Cole said that was his son.
I know y'all remember Light Yagami. He was kind of, him and L was on something different.
I'd be interested to see what kind of man Omni-Man likes.
Yeah. Orochimaru.
Orochimaru, he don't even know if he a boy or a girl right now.
Yeah. Also, Omni-Man will fuck anything. So,
Omni-Man did fuck a roach and just like got that pregnant, so that was a thing.
Zarbon definitely.
Was Frieza fucking Zarbon?
Leave Zarbon.
Oh, we started.
I don't want to see no Zarbon slander.
That's why Vegeta had to come over to the light side. Like, they tripping over there. You see Raccoon?
That's how they discovered the why do I want to call it bonding? The fusing.
Oh
yeah.
We started drawing.
Yeah, Namekians literally go inside of each other. Confirmed.
Oh no!
Captain Ginyu switching bodies, so we already know what that's about.
Okay, put that on.
It's all making sense now.
Put that on a T-shirt. All villains are bi. It's a fact now.
It was still.
Can I ask something off of the record? Did we ever get Captain Ginyu's real form ever? Like, did we ever like know what species he comes from? And what they look like?
But in a light novel, they talk about how that wasn't his original body, but he has been in that body since he was like really young.
Okay, all right, so okay, I'm just curious.
Mad sus.
Mad.
All right, so what we giving this episode, Loki? I mean, I'm giving it.
We've written episodes now. You just trying to say that it's bad.
It wasn't a great episode.
It wasn't a great episode, but it was just like a progressive episode. Like it was like an episode where, like, they just had to accomplish something. You know what I mean?
And then Marvel really dug through the fucking crate to find Sylvie's character. I mean, she's not that old, but she's in a couple of insufficient stories in Marvel. But whatever, they did their research for this one.
Definitely think Loki should have the Sylvie should have had like black hair though. That's just something small for me.
But she had blonde hair in the Bronx. I can't give it actress. I don't know. I can't guess this actress' name, age, but I guess she's not supposed to ask a woman her age. So
you look kind of young. Okay, fine. Yeah, look what my boy talking about. Gave information, lore building.
Yes, one tidbit of information.
I'll give this episode a Mercy 8. It was my favorite episode that they've showed of these 3 episodes. But I'm most critical of this episode also. I probably have the most issues with this episode than any other episode, but I really like the final scene. I love the cyberpunk city. I love the cyberpunk city exploding. I really like the just the general like tone of it. I like the back and forth between the characters, even though I don't necessarily care for what they were saying all the time. Like I can really, and this is an 8 contained to this show. So I'm not just looking at this show, I'd give this episode the highest score out of any episode so far.
I did like the first episode the best. That was my favorite.
What is it without the mercy?
If I had to compare it to other shows and things that I like, realistically, I'd give it a 4, just because it's not as like I'm watching it because I'm going to be podcasting. not because it's necessarily something that is like engaging me the way that I would like to be engaged. It just feels okay. Like I don't feel any of the energy that I would like to feel. Like I feel like some of these stories end up feeling sanitized and you don't really feel any parts of that character within that story. Like nothing about this story feels like Loki to me. I feel like Loki could be anybody, and like the tone of the story 3 episodes in wouldn't be any different at all.
Well, what do y'all give it? What did Shane?
This episode, we rating this episode. I'm gonna give this episode a 6. I feel like we're gonna see a lot better, and I feel like I did like the first episode better. Maybe because that was just like the introduction to the world, and they had more opportunity to like blow your mind. It was just a little, to me, it was a little funnier. It was a little more. It was more different than a lot of Marvel things that I already see. This episode was kind of like not like I've seen this scene in a Marvel movie, but I feel like it wouldn't be crazy if I did see this scene in a Marvel movie. So the first episode being a little like showing me that they do have the potential to have a good episode. I'm gonna give this John a 6.
I'll give it a 7. I liked it. I didn't think it was that boring. As long as they don't do this again multiple times, I'm all right with it.
Now it's a mercy rule. As long as they don't do it again, you can do it one time, but don't do it again.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Don't you damn do it again.
I got patience for one.
I had to give it a 6. I mean, I didn't like the things I was saying. Just like it was all hands on deck. It was still just guards holding their dick, getting beat up by Sylvie, getting turned into fucking Digidestins and shit. And then back to the moon base, and then we gotta recharge this fucking thing, and then we'll never have an ample power source unless we get on this arc randomly. And then they had this comforting moment that didn't mean shit. The train scene was a rant, and I guess the fight scene was all right in the end. But I guess Owen Wilson saved them at the end of the day, and then it's interesting to see where episode 4 is going to take them. Just like, are they still not going to trust each other? Are they going to trust each other? Are they going to acknowledge each other? Just like being like a Loki bond between them, and just like we'll see.
She was beating ass in the beginning of the movie, in the beginning of the episode. So
yeah, but she can't beat Loki to save her life.
Well, Loki is a god. These are all you saw what Loki did to them in episode 1, right? You know what I mean?
He got smacked in a 1/16th of a second.
I'm talking about at their crib without his powers.
He's kind of beasted a little bit.
Yeah, come on. So she could do the same thing. Except she was a little bit more lethal about it. She wasn't playing games.
I suppose. Now, Rick and Morty, episode 1, season 5. A rant as usual, but a good rant. So
let me see what I got about Rick and Morty. We got this
numbers.
Rick and Morty season 5. What we got?
Episode 1.
My young boy. He was killing it like this.
Nimbus and the Hoovieverse.
Yeah, Nimbus. Okay, so first of all, I love the kind of villain introduction that Nimbus had, where it's like you have no idea what makes this guy villain worthy. They introduce one thing. It's like, he controls the cops, and it's like that's not that big of a deal, right? But then it's like, where are you though? Like, could you imagine being on some crazy alien planet and this guy calls the cops, and this is basically the Z fighters pop out and just start busting your ass? Like, what do you do against that? Like, and then he could be as smart as anything or as magical as anything other than that, but you don't even get to discover it because you're so busy dealing with his fucking cops. Like, that's cool.
I like the threesome.
Yeah.
I really wanted that to happen.
he made the cops smash all on the front yard.
Yeah.
That was
Jessica was like, am I at the right spot?
Yeah.
I'm surprised she still came in. I think I would have just kept walking and went back home.
I mean, they got in the car and left.
Yeah,
so.
but like
school now.
Yo, one of the like low key, crazy like feat things to me is like Morty was fucking their shit up so bad that like when we didn't get to see it. Did you see their training programs? They had
Yes.
legit fight 4 Mortys at once, and it's like that's what it fucking felt like. This guy's flying all around you with lasers and shit. Like, what the fuck?
The Magic Queen or whatever who was grooming him.
Yeah,
And he's training against all of them, and then the one was about to hit him, and he was like, ah, and then she was like, "You are not ready."
you're not ready.
Yeah, you're not ready. And then
He was doing so good though against all the Mortys.
I loved all the like the statues and drawings that they kept making of him with like devil horns and muscles and
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta start in the beginning with the Hoovy verse. It's like, hey Hoovy, hey, can I help you with that crate of wine? And just it just went to shit when he went back. It's just like, here man, take this wine. It's for you, man. All right, thanks.
I said it to myself. I was like, you don't know how much time passed.
Decades. It's like Darkness and Thunder. It's his father. Why didn't you come back? What happened?
Like the crazy
so real.
Their civilization had to have been built so fast because the first time he left and when he came back, it had been what I would guess. It was like one lifetime of a Hoovy, right? So it's like, I don't know, maybe 50 years, maybe 60 years. Mm-hmm. And then like he did that like 4 times, and it's like what we can only think is probably like 200 years.
When he came back the second time, the Hoovy was buff and just like, you motherfucker, I kill you. Oh, fuck this shit. Fuck you, Hoovy.
Yeah. So it's like it can't be that long.
There was grass, on the box. Like he should have been. I know he was busy, but he could have like avoided a lot of that.
When he came back the third time, they was doing agriculture and they trained pets and all that other stuff, and he had like kids and just like fuck you, Hoovy, and beat his ass. It's just like, oh, he wasn't lying, Dad.
I told you.
I believe you.
they just started building fucking contraptions and then castles on top of castles on top of castles. They built a whole wall of the Game of Thrones shit. It's like, why did we take the wall? It's like the boy will come back.
He always comes back.
Always.
He always comes back.
I liked when that magician or the evil guy,
the sorcerer.
He was like, I was wrong. I was so wrong. Like, bro, really?
Oh shit, he's real.
Yeah, that whole situation was crazy. Like you betray your family and shit, go through all this they have a whole fucking movie arc. Yeah. And then like at the end it's like, no, this guy's real. like
he goes and kills his dad, puts the crown on his head, and then the sorcerer comes up behind him, stabs him in the back. I'm like, yo. then Morty comes in, makes a portal, cuts this dude open.
It starts fucking shit up, and then I like when the traveler, Amber went through the portal. Not Amber, Jessica went through the portal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she killed that time warrior.
The traveler.
Yeah, she was the one that caught that body. So as soon as she stabbed him, she got sucked up in it too.
I like when he came back, and then just like the tree scene. It's like, oh, we got him.
Yeah, they're like, I can't believe the tree worked.
Yeah.
We fucking got him.
Nah,
idiot.
I was mad at Morty too. I'm like, I know you're not gonna fall for this, bro. Stop. Like, you're in a whole nother dimension. You walked through there. You came back multiple times. There's no way they know who you are. Like,
he just walked out of that force field, though.
I thought he was talking to like the adult version of himself.
No, I didn't fall for that at all. I'm like, no,
we got him.
You better not.
We got him.
They'd have got me then.
Nah, my favorite part of the episode was definitely the time bird at the end of existence.
Yeah,
and she says to the warrior, such a waste. What a waste. That joke was crazy. And then she blows him back to existence. Like the one of the creators who's like responsible for that one part, he was like, I just really love the idea of time birds at the end of existence. Like it didn't need to be there, but I insisted on it.
Yeah.
You dare assassinate Nimbus?
Yeah, I really like I subscribe to the theory that every Rick used to be a Morty.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah, so it's like seeing Morty progress is so I can see that so much clearer how you become a Rick as a Morty. It's like you stand around Rick, and even though you're like dumb and not interested in learning, like because Morty hates learning. So but he still learns so much just on these adventures, and like his personality just becomes so cold and calculating. Like Rick casually kills people, like he does not even like blink. And like Morty has gotten like that now too, where he's just like, oh, I gotta kill these guys because I gotta get this stupid ass wine bottle for this guy who's just gonna take one sip and smash it on my fucking floor.
Yeah, it's just like fucking Hoovy. He's just like he really
So,
walked in there and just shot everybody the fuck up. It's just like it was so unnecessary.
so do y'all think Jessica is OP right now, or is she just crazy right now? Does she belong in a mental hospital, or does she really got power? What y'all think?
I feel like she, you know, like elevated herself to an extent, but I feel like it's gonna fuck her up on Earth with her life.
I'll be surprised if it stays within a thing this season. I'll be surprised at that.
Yeah.
I think that was just the one episode. Like I don't think Rick is going to be in jail the next episode because he got caught by the cops or Nimbus told him to arrest him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, well you can't hold Rick. That's different.
Yeah. Well, some people can. Zeus can. But
He was punching on Zeus though for a little bit.
nah, yeah, but Zeus was handing him his ass. He got
Oh,
lucky.
good.
I see you fucking planet. Like get off my ass.
I did like when he came to save them though, and like did his whole swing for the water, and then just like drop them whales.
Like, where did the water come from? Where did the whales come from? Like,
It's Nimbus, bro. You can't question him.
nah,
he controls the police.
he's broken for that.
I like that. I like that they started with something that's like multifaceted. I feel like that's what I like in writing. I like seeing multiple characters fleshed out without it having to be like 30 minutes each. You know, like we know Beth and Jerry are working on their relationship without having to have had like a whole episode dedicated to Beth and Jerry. You know, like it didn't have to be overly dramatic or anything, but like we understand the context of that situation, and it's like how open they are with each other and what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do. It's like at the end there, they were gonna have a threesome with him. Like they were both in their pajamas. It's like, I mean, it's just really interesting.
Yeah, at the cutscene. I mean, don't you know when you wait for at the end of the credits? Yeah, they went back.
Yeah.
Like, I also like I mean, you can take a deeper dive into the show and just like, oh, this is all like the Hobbes theory about people they take a common goal to evolve themselves. It's just like, oh, this is the common enemy, so we have to get rid of our differences and evolve ourselves to defend against the Morty. So the Morty was the theme, and then they all use their differences, put that aside, and evolve throughout the years. And they fast track it. So that was a deep dive into it. The surface level was just like the conversation level between Nimbus and Rick. It's just like Rick. It's like that's the only person you probably seen maybe in the show. Just like Rick just didn't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Like so you're science and he's magic. Like that's why y'all button heads.
But you gotta understand, you gotta be some type of powerful that had Rick that's just compromised. He just didn't want to be an asshole. He didn't want to just like he's just gonna play Nimbus's game and just like sign the contract and just call it a day.
Yeah. Like he was like I think he says something like he doesn't want to, like they ask Jerry's like asking if he's like does magic or whatever, and like Rick's like, I don't really know what all he does, but like I don't want to experience it either. Like
you had to touch the ocean, Morty.
You had to touch the ocean.
Touch the fucking ocean, bro.
Bet you're glad you touched the ocean.
Nah, yeah.
So I mean,
I saw people hating on it though. Did y'all see that?
I did.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of people complaining about it.
I don't know how. Like, it
Hmm.
was everything I come to Rick and Morty for.
But see, there's a lot of that's part of like most cartoons don't last 4 seasons,
Hmm.
right? So it's like when you get to season 5 and you're critically acclaimed and you're so popular, people start hating it just because it's it. And then like people that haven't even watched it for years will be like, "Oh, the new part's bad," and then everybody else will start saying the new part's bad. None of them have seen it, but like that's what happens when your shit gets too hot.
Well, we got any like examples, real quick?
Uh, my bad.
Like cartoons, it's just like, oh man, what happened? This shit got bad.
I gotta hop out.
You gotta hop
All
out.
right, shit.
All right, Shaylin.
All right.
All right,
everybody.
everybody say bye to Sugar Shaylin.
Bye. Till next week or Tuesday.
Next week.
Use protection. Leave it up. All that good stuff. Oh, this setup got it. Oh, yeah. Go back to this. That's fucking parallels. That shit was bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows that are subject to that, like Simpsons, Archer.
When did Simpsons get bad? I mean, it's like 21, 22 seasons. I mean,
man, there's so many people that say Simpsons got bad in season 4 and like never look back. But that's actually a phenomenon. Like people like with very popular shows, most people tend to go back to like season 3 and season 4 tend to be the seasons that people will say were the best because other seasons that they last like watched it a lot. So
that's probably true.
What they liked a lot was the good part, and everything after that's bad. People say the same thing about SpongeBob. Those same seasons, season 3 and season 4.
I say that about Family Guy. Me personally,
yeah. I mean,
Family Guy around like season 4 or 5. I'm like, all right.
With those type of shows like Simpsons and Family Guy, that's not like you gotta be like a diehard fan and watch those like chronologically and just like keep up with it. Like I don't really notice it. I guess it's just like, oh, I watch episodes here and there. I gotta say the Archer thing, like certain seasons were just like,
all right, no,
okay, just saying it. I think like certain seasons with Archer, like they wrote themselves in the corner. I guess like which one was it? The like the Vice City season wasn't really that good.
Yo, I just want to say I'm lying, yo. Family Guy, I like it up until probably season 11.
Yeah,
my bad.
Like
my bad.
I feel like a lot of those shows, like I study sitcom style cartoons, especially like adult cartoons, like Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, American Dad, Gumball, like that, because I like that they're all following the Simpsons formula, where it's like you see a household of people interacting with each other, and that's unusual for a cartoon. But I really like those like worlds, and I feel like they get better as they get longer, just because they start inventing more inside jokes. And it's like once you're an inside fan, that's when this shit's hilarious. Because like they can do a joke that doesn't even look like a joke to you. It's like, you know, it's like people that don't understand Quagmire is this like hypersexual dude don't even understand that it's funny that he would be at a gas station shaking at 11 a.m. buying lube. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? This nigga. But like, that's my favorite part, is like when the lore is so deep that like other people aren't even in on what's happening.
No, I say
it got bad. Like I say the 90s with like the big three, like the Spider-Mans, the Batman, the anime series, X-Men stuff. Like Spider-Man got bad. It got terrible. Like at the end, it's like when Mary Jane was on Hydro clone and just like he was just doing random shit, and then like that got bad. So like after like Secret Wars and stuff like that, and it's like whatever. And then X-Men got bad when they completely fucked the animation, and I think like the Philippines was doing the animation or some shit like that. And then the last season was just terrible. This looked aesthetically just bad. But you know, I guess they kept the same writing team. The writing was pretty on par what it was, but the animation was just terrible. And then Batman, I guess when it was they changed into
Which Batman?
Batman animated series, when they changed to the New Adventures, when it just like they redesigned everything, like Joker just white face and Batman with the big ass fucking chest and wearing the gray suit, and then I think Tim Drake was the Robin. Then like people complain about that season, so I think like with those big three that they do complain about. But I think like I'm saying like the was there a bad Rugrats season? Was there a bad Doug season? Was there a bad
absolutely.
I don't know. Are we just too old? Are we too old to forget? It's just like, you know what I mean?
Well, half the shit that we grew up with that we idolize is horrible. Like it's like, but the thing is that we have good memories of it, so we elevated beyond where it actually deserves to be. Like
you're trying to blind eye to the negative.
Yes. Like I go back and I watch. Yeah, I go back and watch cartoons that I used to watch back in the day. I'm like, all right, it's not really a bit.
This ain't it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I see a lot better, and we always like to say the legends are better than the new school, but I don't even know. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, and it's like you gotta like comprehend, like understand that like you were only comprehending things as a child, so it was like the idea, like when I watched Dragon Ball, the idea of punching someone so hard that they went through a mountain was brand new, so it was like when I saw that shit, it was extra raw to me because it was the first time I ever saw it. But now it's like if I see someone punch someone through a mountain, I'm like, okay, he's not even that strong. Like, so it's like, but it has that effect on like everything. Like you'll see like horror fans will be like, this movie's not scary. And it's like, yeah, bro, you watched 97 horror movies. Like,
you can go down to the second of when she's going to die and just like, oh, here we go right here. Yeah. Of course you're not going to scare. Oh, well, speaking of Dragon Ball Z, well, especially Z, like, where was the drop-off point, do you think? I know we're off topic. We were talking about Rick and Morty, but, we found a way to the rabbit hole. Where was the drop-off point for Dragon Ball Z, do you think?
All right. I just want to say everything changed kind of when it got to Dragon Ball Z, like, period. Like,
well, I'm saying in Z, like, when was it, like, the drop-off point? And just, like...
The drop-off was probably, I'm going to say around Dragon Ball GT. Or if people were not feeling it around the Boo Saga.
Just in Z, I guess.
Oh, then, yeah, it would be the Boo Saga. It would be the last saga because people were still into it after Gohan killed Cell, like all the way up into Cell. We were down. He was here for the whole entire situation, unless I'm wrong. But as far as I can remember,
it's all opinionated, so nobody's wrong, really.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, from who I've talked to, we all loved Cell coming up to Cell. Majin Buu Saga is where people start to fall off. They say Super Saiyan 3 was kind of forced. It was not really making sense.
I mean, you got Super Saiyan 3, you got Fusions, you got Majin Vegeta, you got every blue incarnation ever in the fucking world, but I don't know.
Did you guys know Super Saiyan 3 was supposed to be Super Saiyan 2, but he forgot he made Super Saiyan 2? Like, he forgot that was a whole thing because in the manga, it wasn't even called Super Saiyan 2. It was called Ascended Saiyan. So it was just supposed to be like a full-powered Super Saiyan. So, like, that was all the lightning meant. But, like, he completely forgot that it was Super Saiyan 2. So he was like, yeah, this is Super Saiyan 2, y'all. And they were like, nigga, we already got that. What do you mean? And he was like, oh.
We already got that.
Like, for me, it fell off somewhere in the Android saga.
Really?
Yeah, like somewhere like in between, like after 17 and 18 showed up, and like right before the Cell games, like right before the Cell games, like when Krillin saves 18, whatever's in between there is just like I don't really.
It's the one meme when your anime's falling off, and then he put the flex tape on it. It said tournament
Yeah.
arc.
Yeah, exactly. And like I remember thinking the fight with Cell was kind of stupid up until Gohan fought. Like I didn't really like that part. And then the Buu saga started, and I really liked the Buu saga. And I personally feel like what we know as Dragon Ball Z is the Buu saga. Like I feel like once the Buu saga came out, that was like the perpetual idea of Dragon Ball. It's like planet busting, fusing, fucking big ass beam clashes, magic, Dragon Ball. Like that became the entire series. And it's like everything that the series was before then, it didn't matter. It's not about getting buff anymore. It's not about training montages and standing around and going, no. It's like now it's just like hands all the time. And like when I look at Super, that's like all I see. I just do a long ass Buu saga. Yeah. So it's like I feel like it dropped off, but I feel like it picked back up really heavily. About like in the middle of the Buu saga, like when Super Buu kills all the humans on the planet, it ramps up super hard. And so it's like, but like that whole time period, like right after Gohan kills Cell, a bit of the Android saga and like everything in between there is like, I don't care.
Fair. I guess mine would be I don't know. I mean, the Frieza saga was really long and drawn out for what it was, and then it's just like you got to sit there and just take it, and then take it, and then take it, and it's like, oh, Goku turns Super Saiyan, just like this is it, and then all the plans going to explode in 5 minutes. Well, we get 20 more episodes. It's just like, oh, okay, and then I guess it was just had to be that for me, but it wasn't like you get the Radix stuff, and then it's just like, oh, the Saiyan saga. The Saiyan saga was so crazy. Like the first fight between Vegeta and Goku, it's iconic. We all know it. It's just like it was crazy for Kaioken and 8 form, and it's just like the shit Vegeta was just like tanking at that point. Just like, oh, this shit is crazy. Let him go. Going to Frieza saga and just like, oh, Vegeta's getting destroyed every fucking fight. And it's like, oh, this Zenkai Boost gonna kick in, and then I'm gonna do stuff, and then watch, rest, repeat that, and then Goku got shit. That was the first time Goku had to do the Goku come down and save the day. Yeah. Ever since he flattened Raccoon, he destroyed fucking
Raccoon got fucked.
Yeah, Goku styled on everybody, and that's why I won't say that the Frieza saga.
He fucked Raccoon because he fucked Chase and Birder. Yeah. And that whole bullshit with Captain Ginyu, then he got fucked, and then it's just like, oh, well, Frieza's gonna do this, that, and that for him, and it's like, hey, you might as well just go Final Form because you can't fuck with me otherwise.
Like Piccolo versus Frieza was pretty cool. Gohan going berserk on Frieza was I like the Frieza saga. I mean, yeah, that fight with Goku and Frieza specifically was super drawn out. I can't. There's no excuse for that. But everything up to that point was dope.
Speaking on another anime, when did Naruto fall off? It's just like this.
Sasuke retrieval arc.
You mean the height? You mean the height of the show?
No,
that's after that it's over, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'll tell you right when it dropped off, in my opinion. The third takes Orochimaru's arm souls. Right there. Right there. It went woo, and then it was like flat as fuck for like 400 episodes. And then like we got a little hype at the end, a little bubbly, like, but you can tell because if you look at what people talk about, the only thing people talk about is the fucking end of the show. Like they talk about the end of the show and the Chunin exam. All that shit in between, nobody gives a fuck about that except for the time Sasuke got his ass beat. Like, and that one time Sakura wasn't useless. Like literally nobody talks about shit else about the show. Like, and it's like this because they're talking about the only parts that are actually interesting. And the only other part that you see talked about is Uchiha Legacy.
Uchiha Legacy.
That's it.
Nah, yeah, I gave up on Naruto.
After the arc, after the
Yeah,
saga.
yeah. After that, because they not going to let Lee level up. They not going to put the spotlight
I don't
on other.
know. Well, I guess so because it was 4 fucking fillers after that shit. So I mean,
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that was, and then Shippuden came in and just ruined the whole the
you
whole
like
setup, man.
you like the hero comeback theme.
Nah, you shouldn't be introduce. You shouldn't be reintroducing old characters. What you should be doing is making the characters that we fell in love with in the beginning, make them get overpowered, make them
Oh,
turn up.
you want everybody to get an arc to themselves.
I want everybody. I want everybody that we know, everybody that we graduated with. I want them to turn up. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't care about these characters
Now,
that were in the
now,
past. All
now,
these legends that we don't even
now,
see
here's
nothing
the
that they do.
question. Now, here's the question. To round out the big three, when did One Piece fall?
Um, I would guess the most common thing that I hear and that happened to me too is right after Alabasta. Right after Luffy fights Crocodile, or like right at that point, that's where most people are like, "What the fuck?" Like they're really trying to figure out what they're watching and what they're getting. Like the first time I was reading in One Piece, that is absolutely where I fell off, and I know tons of people that stopped watching right there. Um, but which is ironic because it's actually a pretty good arc with a lot going on. But I would say there because that's where One Piece really slows down. Because like up until that point, it's just like fucking crackhead adventures. We're just like,
Right?
I love them, man. I was a fan of those.
Remind me to get my Wednesday night fight revenge on y'all.
I mean,
I'm just saying. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
man. We could do. Yeah, we could definitely do a
I got
rematch.
left.
give
I
me
got left. You know.
We could do a rematch.
give me a couple more issues. Give me like 3 more issues of the manga, and then I'll get at you.
Nah, because then it won't be. Then it really
It's,
won't be fair no more, though.
Yeah, it won't. It won't. In a
I didn't
couple.
even want those characters to begin with. Let's give me some characters I want to do, and then we can do that. I want fucking Sasuke. I did all that research on the character I didn't want to do.
Oh,
It's just like it had to make it compelling, and with the handicap.
All right. Well, what I would say for One Piece, I think One Piece fell off. Like I found myself get like falling back around like Zoe, like the island of the animals and everything. I started getting Zoe and like the whole Cake Island and all of that. That kind of like I I kind of just gravitated off of it. I found something a little more exciting, but like usually I just thought I was burnt out. I thought I just like watched too much One Piece, so I chilled for a minute, let it build up, and then I caught back up again. And I didn't really have a problem when I did that. But I think because One Piece is so long, a lot of the problem is like after the crocodile fight, you got to build something back up again now, like because
I,
that was a crazy villain. You know what I mean? So,
I appreciate y'all for admitting that because you know if you talk to like Yu Hakusho fans, oh, when did it fall off? It's like, oh, it was always great. Don't do that.
come on, bro.
Don't blatantly lie.
Come on,
Don't
bro.
do
Because all y'all talk about is the Dark Tournament arc. I'm not like,
That's it. Season 1 is unwatchable.
The Dark Tournament's not even my favorite part.
bro. I like Sensui.
Yeah, since Wee's arc is
Black was good. Black was good.
yeah, I really like the final arc though. Like I had watched up to Sensui's arc like twice, and I thought that's where the show ended. And then I found out that there was like 20 episodes after that, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I remember watching that, and like I really liked it. I liked seeing that other spirit, the former spirit detective, that like she had kids that were like strong as fuck. Like her kids were like aura users that were protecting the forest. Like Yusuke could barely see them at that point. Like that's crazy. Like Yusuke just beat Sensui, and these kids are almost too fast for him to see and keep up with. Like shit.
Yusuke hands are ready to eat for everyone, so you don't give a fuck about no goddamn kids.
Yeah, for real.
As a Yu Yu Hakusho fan, the season 1 is unwatchable. I can't do it.
I'm not gonna say unwatchable. It's a good introduction into you.
But what do you consider season 1 though?
Season 1 is the first episode all the way to the end of
episode 1, 2. When you got to see Yusuke's wake, bro. You got to. You got to see that. You got to see Yusuke die.
Fucking rando, fucking Saint Beast. Fuck them. I don't like. The fuck? That shit was terrible. But we got the dark tournament. It picked up, and then it just went up from there. So I can't do season 1 at all. I could never watch it again. And that's one of my favorite shows.
I find it relatable in a lot of ways. Like, I like that Yusuke is not like, his mom's not dead. She's alive. She's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And she's not even like a wild in your face piece of shit. Like, she's just like a real person. She's just a fucking drunk. And it's like, dang. And it's like nobody really gives a shit about this kid. He's out here getting his ass beat by grown men and fucking fighting whole gangs of niggas from all across the city, like all day, every day. Nobody gives a fuck about Yusuke. Like, his mom does not give a shit. Like, that's crazy, but it makes sense for his character.
Laws of Goat is still there. Fucking Cool Bar.
How is he the goat?
He's the moral compass of the whole show.
Bro, I didn't like when he faked his. I didn't like when he faked his death for Yusuke to win. Like, that's like Goku turning Super Saiyan, beating up Frieza, and then Krillin never even died. Like,
oh man. What I'm saying is, what I liked was Cool Bar's fight moment was the last season when Yusuke has to go to Demon World because he's exiled. They made a deal, or whatever the case may be. He had to go to Demon World, and then everybody else is going to Demon World, and then Kuwabara just like showed real emotion on that one. It's like, I thought we were a team, or what? Oh, is this? I thought we is that. It's just like, he was on some real like y'all ain't shit moments. Like, fuck y'all niggas. He's on that type time. So I was just like, I like Kuwabara's actual like carry. He's the only one who like showed emotion on there, but Yusuke did. But he's the only one. He had his humanity was his, and empathy was his like weapon for the most part. I know he had some couple bullshit moments where he broke every bone in his body, but Yukina, and I gotta fight this fucking orphanage and beat him. We had no business fucking beating him, but whatever. Kubar is definitely cool. He held the team down.
One will argue that Kurama's the GOAT, so I don't know.
Kurama is the GOAT.
Can you imagine how strong Kuwabara would be if he actually had spirit training? Because like, he was able to summon a sword with no training. He was just at Genkai's place, and just because he was holding the spirit weapon, this nigga can summon laser swords. Like, that's crazy.
He was, because at that point he was stronger than Yusuke.
Yeah, like, that's pretty nuts. Also, y'all remember that time after Yusuke fought Sensui when he got sent to Demon World, where he was running for like 3 days straight at like hundreds of miles per hour? That was crazy. Like, that's insane. That's not a small feat at all.
I told you to go.
So for the Wednesday night, John, are we ever getting Sensui in there? Or are we getting
Sensui versus who? Who you want Sensui to fight?
I don't know. I just want to see him.
When Sensui and Yusuke were fighting, they were destroying those big like pillars that had like areas on top of them. Those pillars in the manga talks about how those are actually trees. They're not stone. And those trees, each one's continent sized. So every time you see them like flying by and destroying that shit, they're destroying continent sized land masses casually.
Wednesday is supposed to be Escanor versus Yusuke. So if anybody want to represent Yusuke, come forth. Come bring the scans. I don't want to see no bullshit either. Because Escanor was because I can say Escanor, when he fought Galen went critical overdrive, and then when he swung his fucking spear and hit Escanor, the shockwave cleaved 2 mountaintops. So, and Escanor just stood there like, oh, okay. So yeah. we just put it out there. I'm just putting the feet out there.
Okay. Feet for feet.
Yusuke and Sensui started punching each other near a mountain, disintegrated it in half a second. Disintegrated the whole mountain. It was dust. And then in their next fight scene where they're fighting each other, they're jumping and fighting each other in an extended fight scene on the rubble that's still falling.
It looked like he wanted to sing Yusuke. It looked like
I'm just saying a lot of people miss those little things about Yu Yu Hakusho. A lot of people don't understand. Yusuke is like fucking strong.
Hey,
I
yo,
get that,
yo, Logan,
but,
what's up, bro? Why
but,
can you just come?
but,
Can you just come
hold
on?
on.
Because I don't know anything about Escanor.
Sealed Meliodas split a mountain in half with a twig, and destroyed. He punched. He arm wrestled Van to the point where he crumbled a dungeon that was built to withstand 10 towns from imploding, and Escanor was taking those hits from sealed Meliodas.
That's cool.
I'm just saying.
Yusuke and Sensui were throwing punches at each other up close, just throwing hundreds of punches in a flurry. And the force that they were creating from their punches hitting each other was disintegrating thousands of demons that were pouring on trying to get to them.
It sounds like
Demons are powerful too.
It sounds like you want to defend Yusuke. That's what
I'm just saying they literally couldn't touch him without getting disintegrated.
I'm hearing you want to defend Yusuke. So it was me versus Logan Wednesday night. That's what I'm hearing. I think that's what I'm hearing.
What's up,
I
yo?
can't be wrong.
Drop me the skins. It don't gotta be a long fight.
You know? Yeah,
it don't gotta be a long. It's definitely not a long fight. It's just like here. This is what I have. This is what you have, and then we'll figure it out from there.
All right.
Crew's son is not him throwing a sun, you idiots. It's just massive heat. It's a massive ball.
How big is it?
It's a ball of heat. I mean, everybody said, "Oh, shit get real when the guy throws the sun down." It's not a sun.
It's not. Yeah, let's be real. Y'all know what a sun can do. You know how big a sun is.
Okay. I'll just say Escanor's presence can melt armor and metal. So I mean, I don't know how Yusuke's gonna handle being in Escanor's presence when his skin is melting. But that's neither here nor there. It's not Wednesday, so we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna.
All right.
We are not going to talk about it.
I'm just saying, because they were fighting on top of a volcano in the beginning of the series.
Oh, yeah. The volcanoes, they burn you real quick.
Yeah. They're very hot also.
They seem to be very hot. I seen the tale of Pompeii at that place is normal. But we'll say that for Wednesday. I think we might have a challenger for Escanor. Because when he get that in that one form, he did, get rid of S-Class demons. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, all right, we gave.
We're not going to talk about that. He poked fucking Zeldris as an S-Class demon level. Incapacitated them.
Just put the Wednesday night fight banner up because we're about to get it right now.
Switch that joint over. I'm about to play the whole video.
Yeah. So you're about to play the whole fucking fight. Let's talk about. Oh, okay. So, we talk about the Mount Rushmore anime characters, but I think the Hokage mountain for the anime characters makes more sense. And if you go by like the generations of the importance of the one character per mountain head, I think that makes more sense. So there's 7 heads on the mountain. Who would be the first head? Like the first generational anime figure that would be.
Can we get the obvious out the way and just put Goku up there?
He's not the first. He's not the first.
Let's just put him up there because he's going to be up there.
We don't know what ranking he's in, so we just
Goku's going to be there.
Who's the first? Who's the first Hokage of anime? Astro
Boy, yeah.
Yeah, Astro Boy, of course.
It's either Astro Boy or Speed Racer, so.
I think Astro Boy. So we're going Astro Boy for the first Hokage.
Sure, okay, that's fine.
No disagreements on that.
No.
All right. Who's the second Hokage? Is that when we put Goku up there? Kid Goku, I guess. I mean, it's Goku either way. So I mean,
who gave Goku a run for his money back in the day?
In that era,
JoJo and Yu Yu Hakusho.
We probably need some type of Gundam up there.
A Gundam.
I mean, Gundam
far predates Goku though. So I would put Gundam up next, I guess.
Over who? Like what was the big three of the '80s? You know what I mean? Did they have like a big three of the '80s?
It was literally JoJo, Dragon Ball, and Yu Yu Hakusho. They were the most popular mangas in the 80s.
I guess you would be more recognized in the '90s. I guess so.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
didn't
it came out in '87 though.
I didn't know you really getting a spot. Like, I know there's a big three chart out there, but we gotta figure out who's the second. I guess Goku would be second. I guess
Goku up there. All right. I wish I could put these dudes up there. Yeah, throw them up there. So we got 2 so far. How many we got? We got 4 more. No, 5 more.
5 more easy. Who's next?
Like that's what I'm like. Gundam should be before Goku because Gundam, the first Gundam series came out in 1979. Like the shit's ancient,
and people loved it.
All right, so you won't put Astro Boy, a Gundam, then Goku?
I mean, can Astro Boy be kind of the symbol for the Gundam or whatever? No.
Astro Boy is the symbol.
Yeah, Astro Boy came out in 1952.
Yes, he was like the first
ancient.
Yeah, he was kind of like the first project.
Yeah, my guy came out 70 years ago. So, like, I mean, if we're going by generations, they're in completely different generations.
All right, so we got Astro Boy, Gundam, then Goku.
Okay.
And who fills the 4th spot?
Astro Boy, Gundam, Goku.
Is it Sailor Moon? Is it Ash? Is it Yusuke?
Sailor Moon or Ash, or unless you want to do Sailor Moon or Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu is. I mean,
Pikachu might have to take that spot. And now it gets difficult because now we have the Bleach, the One Piece, the Naruto.
They're kind of all in the same place. Like you might as well put the big 3 as one face. Like,
we gotta pick one.
Then you gotta do big 3. It's like everything else would be unrealistic. Bleach, Naruto, One Piece.
We gotta pick one.
Luffy, bro. Luffy, this is the best selling manga, bro. It's One Piece. It's Luffy.
Yeah.
You know I'm biased.
Specifically, it maybe is Naruto, but like with like everybody, like the world, it's One Piece.
Yeah, it gotta make sense, right? We got Gundam up there because the world recognizes it, so we need Luffy up there.
And every mech anime, that's the predecessor to every mech anime, pretty much, right? So within the big 3, we're giving One Piece the nod.
I feel like that's the most reasonable. Like again, I would say at least put for Negroes specifically. Naruto goes up there. It's very relevant to the Negroes.
All right, so within the blacks, then Naruto will be out there
over Luffy.
Like, realistically, it will be Luffy.
Yeah.
I mean, because Gundam. Then, if we're doing it for black people, we gotta take Gundam down. Because
right.
That's just how
if we're doing it for black people, it starts Dragon Ball, and then,
yeah, no, for real. So what are we doing? What are we really doing?
No, we gotta keep it a buck. I mean, I rather just keep it a buck.
Then there's One Piece. Then.
All right. I mean, so it's Astro Boy. Then it's Gundam, Goku, One Piece. We got 3 more. That's what. And now we're in the era of Hunter x Hunter.
Wait. Sailor Moon. Did we say Sailor Moon already?
Nah, I mean, it ain't got no spot.
We definitely skip Pikachu too, because Pikachu needs.
It was Pikachu versus Usagi. So I guess we go on Pikachu.
I think they both.
Yeah, easily. Pokemon easily way more.
That's what I'm saying. Now within the fifth slot, we're in a Hunter x Hunter.
You think Hunter x Hunter and all them deserve it over Sailor Moon?
I mean, Sailor Moon has her spot, but Pokemon was too much.
I know, but I don't think it has to be an either or thing. I feel like they kind of represent different categories.
Oh my goodness, it gotta be one. Because all right, if we do if we do Sailor Moon and if we do Sailor Moon and Pokemon, then you have to do Big Three in that fourth spot.
All right.
And then
Okay. All right.
That's what I was saying.
All
And
right.
then you show gotta go somewhere in there.
But that's
All
why
right.
I'm saying the big three really should be their own thing anyway, because there's other stuff that's got like just as big cultural acclaim, even though it doesn't have 900 episodes. You know, like there's still stuff like, I mean, like half of Toonami was like some very like prolific shit, like Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist.
Like, all right, so what's in the fifth slot? Let's just keep it a buck. You got
Probably
Death
Attack
Note.
on Titan.
You got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You got Hunter x Hunter. You got like what's in that fifth spot? It's Fairy Tail. Like what's in that fifth spot?
I'm gonna say probably Attack on Titan.
That early? I put it like
Attack on Titan came out. Attack on Titan came out before the Hunter x Hunter new series was animated.
Does JoJo's deserve a spot?
It does.
somewhere. What arc? Like the regular
I mean,
like
the manga came out in the 80s, and the anime is still dropping in like 20.
I'm saying like which one? Stardust Crusaders, like the most popular one.
No, Stardust Crusaders.
I guess.
When did that anime drop?
Yeah, there's two versions. So there's one from the 90s, and then there's one from like 09 or something.
Like we're still now we're in the tsunami. Now we're in the tsunami.
2014 to 2015.
Yeah.
Stardust Crusaders.
Like we're in a tsunami era, so we're talking like Big O. We're talking about like, you know, Outlaw Star.
Nah, bro, we past the tsunami era right now. We put Pikachu up there, and you know what I mean.
That was in the 90s. Like,
all right.
I'm saying Pokemon was like in like the WP. That's like that came with WB way before tsunami was like a thing.
Our generations are too close. Like within it's like backloaded.
Tsunami era is like Big O, Zoids, fucking Outlaw Star, like
Gundam, all that shit.
Like the Cowboy Bebop get a slot on there? Like
no.
ever?
No.
Like does Death Note get a slot on there?
I don't think so.
No.
Maybe if it was a villains list.
Like we're talking about most prolific anime, like and I mean prolific. You know, like we're about to carve these motherfuckers' faces into a mountain. Like I'm not about to fucking carve light into a mountain for what? Who's gonna recognize that?
I think Gong should like niggas will argue Gong should be up there.
Who?
Gong for Hunter x Hunter. Niggas will argue Gong.
Yeah, but no. Like that didn't like inspire people like that. Like
all right, so if we skip the fifth spot, who's in the sixth spot?
Like that would be a recent joint, like Demon Slayer or something.
No, the recent one would be the seventh spot. That'd be like Jujutsu Kaisen or something. Like that.
You put Jujutsu. You think Jujutsu Kaisen got it over Demon Slayer?
No. Well, Demon Slayer came out like 2019.
No, I mean the show did, but the manga came out like 2015.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we got to cater to the anime only niggas.
It's actually Goku again, by the way, with Dragon Ball Super.
We're not doing Super.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
No, but we'll still call him the second Hokage, though. He wouldn't be.
He's already saying Hokage.
He wouldn't get another title.
He be the third to come out of retirement.
Yeah, remember the third? It was the third Hokage. Then it was the fourth. The fourth died, and the third Hokage is not the fifth Hokage now. He's still the third.
They put an extra hit on the mountain, pretty much, right?
No, he's still the third. So he doesn't get two. He doesn't get two spots.
He had two turns.
Nah, then he has two turns, but he don't get two statues.
I'm just fucking with you.
I'm looking at Google right now. I can't see you.
Yeah. Get that nigga two turns.
Yeah.
Get that nigga two hits. Get that nigga two hits.
He can have. No. We're not carving his face in twice.
Get that nigga two hits.
I'm just saying.
We can't color the stone blue. Like
please, like let's do that. Just put Vegeta then. Dang.
Vegeta.
Nah, we're not gonna do that.
Y'all wilding right now.
Nah,
Like,
we're
who
not
would
gonna
be
do
the
that.
sixth spot? Like, I'm curious who would be the sixth spot.
No, bro, y'all might not be lying with the Attack on Titan / Death Note vibes.
Yeah,
Y'all probably not lying
So
with
you think
those.
Attack on Titan get the sixth spot?
probably.
If we're
Jesus
talking
Christ.
about Death Note or Attack on Titan, which one is the most prolific?
I guess Attack on Titan is still going.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. Like,
Death Note's the
there's
most
there's
memey.
people that swear by Death Note.
Yeah, but it is super memey too. So like it has a lot of meme value that some other stuff doesn't have. You know, just because there's a Death Note where you can write someone's name in it and they die.
I don't know. We got to figure this joint out. we got.
I mean, that's an idea. That's real.
I think it's a little harder than we expected.
Yeah, no,
I mean, yeah, because if you're doing it by once something dies out, the next Hokage takes over. If you're doing it like that, when you get to this point, you gotta have like tough conversations. Like,
yeah, because it doesn't like. I mean, honestly, even if you're doing that from like 2000 or 1990, it doesn't really make any sense. No matter what.
I think the easier one would just be like maybe we did a horror and shit. Maybe we did do a tsunami one, like put a top up there. Like we really got to think about this.
yeah, we gotta think about it and then bring it back.
But going forward, Tuesday we'll be back at what 7:30, 8:30 talking about
Wait, hold on.
this shit.
Can I ask y'all something real quick?
Go ahead.
Can the Boondocks go up there?
Yeah, sure.
I'll allow it.
We'll put Boondocks in the fifth row package.
Fifth slot.
Fifth slot. We found a fifth slot. What were we thinking, right? Boondocks in the anime.
All right.
The show will be 2-a-days. Tuesday will be the more controversial stuff that's going on. The real shit, the real nigga shit. So we're talking real nigga issues on the Tuesday. So 7:30 to 8:30, real nigga time. So come through. It'll be us three and Brandon, maybe Shay. I don't know. So she might be cuffed at her date tonight. So we'll figure that out. Wednesday night fights. It looks like me versus Logan. It looks like Escanor versus Yusuke. Hope Logan get them stands ready. You know. I guess it'll be a little.
You got volunteered for this, by the way, but
you kind of did a little bit. You kind of did a little bit. So we're still trying to do Yusuke versus Escanor. So I'll be defending Escanor a little bit. Maybe Logan will defend Yusuke. I don't know. He seemed pretty enthused.
I might go for it, but you better count on as soon as Jensen's like, oh, what are you gonna do when the
what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna dodge it. And I roll a D20.
Nah, bro, it's not gonna be good enough for him.
D20.
Yeah.
You gonna say teamwork or something.
Yeah.
But
don't also forget Tuesdays after dark is getting moved to Tuesdays. Tuesday at 9 after dark will be on there. The girls are gonna wild out a little bit. Also, what else we got going on? I don't know. Yeah, Wednesday night fights. That's gonna happen. So we'll see if Logan's gonna step up to the plate and defend all the Yu Yu Hakusho. We'll see if that's gonna happen.
I do want to shout out two things though. Shout out the Bow Wow and Soldier Boy versus.
Shout out Bow Wow, the best versus ever.
And shout out the dude from Chicago who shot the guy who shot the police officer, and then the police showed up and then shot him. So.
Oh, okay.
That's not that happened. I don't know.
Sounds like some Tuesday action right there.
But yeah, that's all I got for right now. And we got this D&D joint popping. Are we going to start recording that?
We're using Masterminds Fridays. I don't know if we have a time, but we're gonna nigga Antonio.
We're gonna figure it out. Overzealous.
Overzealous. We gotta fix these characters up so they have more powers to contend with. So come through and laugh it up with their fucking decision making and rolling dice. and failing. So we Darnell Otis also. So I think more people might be on. So figure that out.
Maybe Felicia gonna show up this time.
Maybe.
It was her room.
It was her room, but we hijacked it. So niggas gotta make their characters. I already got a character made up, so for y'all to fight. So y'all gonna have fun with that one.
All right.
I don't know.
I'm glad you don't know my powers yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely unbiased. I'm not gonna take that. Oh, he's gonna do this. I gotta counter this. I'm not gonna do that. That's silly.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna do that every time. Every time Cam thinks of something that would be perfect for a DM to do, I'm gonna think of an excellent counter. Every time.
I want you to do that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna study y'all characters too, so I know how to work with you.
Well, listen, if I've been drinking into that fucking session, I was like, man, fuck these niggas.
Don't be surprised if I fly through another ceiling, bro.
Hey,
yeah, it's a wrap.
do this.
More niggas is getting boa constricting, bones broken. It's
y'all got rid of the necromancer pretty fucking quick. So I mean.
My favorite part about that situation, I just wanted to say real quick, we're fighting a necromancer. He's making zombies, and he's trapped in this energy orb. Okay, my favorite part about that is before anyone goes in the building, I can't remember if it was Zell or Darnell. Somebody was like, "Should we just knock down the building?"
That's what I said.
And that's what we did in the end, but we really did that first.
That is definitely what I suggested for the guy. I was like, let's just
why don't you just knock down
all the beams?
Like, fuck it.
Drop the building on them. And everybody like, nah, like, yeah.
Nah, we're trying to be sneaky.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing sneaky about that.
Yeah.
I won't make my character. I'll make my NPC. It's going to be a Power Ranger, so.
Oh, all right.
That sounds cool. Everything's gonna be loud, obnoxious. I'm gonna name out all my moves and all that bullshit. So
that's where half the power of the move comes from.
Yeah, I gotta name out all my moves. Before we wrap it up, of course we have BloodCon coming up very shortly. So it's coming through July 16th, probably 15th to the 17th. So. We'll be there. We'll have a booth. We'll send in our merch. We got teaming up with Unicorn No Chaser podcast. They're gonna have merch. We're gonna team up with Cocoa Butter. I got schooled, so it's not the hard R. You gotta say Cocoa Butter, the A. Yeah, it gotta go up there. They're gonna have her bonnets there, so you can buy those. Buy our Blurred Approved Entertainment stuff that's gonna come in there. So we're gonna be there. So come check out the booth. And the show's coming up this week. Of course, sports show's gonna be tomorrow, and then the Real Nigga Pod gonna be on Tuesday. Same people here. We're just gonna talk about the real issues. Going on in the real world, not the anime world. And then Wednesday night fight. Hopefully, I verse with Logan. I'm gonna see we get somebody else. And then, after dark still Tuesday, and then hopefully get that means the Masterminds are going to be taping that on Friday. So let's get it.
Looking good. All right. Well, all right, y'all. I guess I'll holler at y'all on Wednesday. Oh, actually, nah. Tuesday.
Tuesday. I just ran out a whole fucking schedule.
We do 5 shows a week now. They all need to be on YouTube all the time.
Just hit the live button and just like, all right, we in there. I can catch on 7:30 on Tuesday. It's a Real Nigga Pod. Niggas gonna come shooting from the foul line, shooting from 3-point line, shooting from the fucking half court. Somebody gonna say some half court shit. So just like
absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can't promise that it won't be me. So
come through and be controversial. That's all I ask for.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
Got me feeling like the Clips, bitch. I've been grinding. It's rest in peace to Nip. I'ma keep shining. Rest in peace to Cookie. We gon' keep grinding. Keep grinding. We gon' keep grinding. Keep grinding. It's the return of some real real shit. Music you can hear with, make the people feel this. Return to the real shit. Music you can feel, bitch. Hip hop,